What is cracking, you fishing jamokes? Once again, it's your boy Eastern PA Fishing here, and once again, we are on another fishing mission. Today, we are at a creek that is not stocked with trout, but there is an amazing population of wild brown trout here. So hopefully today we're going to be able to catch a whole bunch of them. These fish should be fresh off the spawn, so they should be hungry and ready to eat. We are actually closer towards the mouth of this creek though, so a lot of the bigger fish are most likely upstream after the spawn. But I have a feeling we're going to be able to catch ourselves a whole bunch of the tiny ones here today. So let's get it started. Should be a good episode. Stay tuned. Let's get right to the fishing. It is an odd day in December, guys. It's going up to about 52 degrees here today. Hopefully the fish are going to be biting ferociously. Oh, there we go. First cast. Just a little guy. Oh, we will take him to start the day. Always wet your hands when handling these wild browns. Man, this guy is absolutely feisty. There we go. Absolutely beautiful little wild trout, guys. Barbless little hooks pop right out. Real good idea to use barbless hooks if you're fishing for wild trout. Just a lot easier to unhook them and get them back into the water. While I'm speaking of barbless hooks, I might as well go over my setup for today. I have a size 6 Aberdeen hook on there. I have the Berkeley trout worm. Today we are using the natural color. About a foot away from that, I have a very tiny split shot. And about 3 feet away from that, I have a very tiny Pulsa strike indicator. This will just keep my bait moving out there, so I don't really have to fish it as hard, and it won't stay stuck on the bottom as much. Rod all spooled up with some 4-pound monofilament, and I have a 6-foot long fluorocarbon leader on there, which is also 4 pounds. You want to make sure you're using a fluorocarbon leader always when you're fishing for trout, whether they are stocked or wild, because these fish can see the line. Let's get another cast out there. Now, for the most part, I'm letting the current do the work for me. Every once in a while, I give my rod a little jig, just in case my bait gets down to the bottom and does get snagged, because this indicator will sink with that little split shot on there. Now, this is just the first hole, but I think we're gonna switch off colors here. I actually just made a Walmart trip not too long ago. The natural color is great for these wild trout streams, but sometimes you just need to stick with what you know is going to work. This will get a lot more attention from the fish. So we're going to do a couple casts with this, then we're going to move. The name of the game when you're wild trout fishing is to keep on moving. Staying in one spot is probably going to be your worst enemy, because once you catch a couple fish out of a hole when it comes to a wild trout stream, you usually won't catch many more. Sometimes the fish will just stop biting altogether. Threw on the pink. Let's give it a shot. Oh, snap. That's a decent one. There we go. Didn't even realize he was on there for a second. Second one of the day. There was another one in this hole that was willing to bite. That's another pretty one. Man, these fish are so lively in the cold. Look at that dude right there. Once again, not the biggest. You got to start somewhere, right? There we go. See you, my dude. Seems like the color change might have got the job done. Had a bite. You really have to hook these fish almost immediately after they bite. And with the barbless hooks, you have to constantly keep pressure. These fish fresh off the spawn means that there are eggs in this creek right now. Oh, there we go. There's another. Anyway, like I was saying, there are eggs in this creek right now, and we want to make sure we don't ruin the fresh spawn, because we want future generations of trout to live in this creek. The smallest one of the day, but another trout nonetheless. So, if I can continue without interruptions, one thing we really want to avoid is walking through areas like that up there. If you guys can see right there in the sunlight, there's the super shallow rapids, the fast moving water. That is something that these brown trout absolutely need to spawn. So chances are, if you come across shallows like that, there might be some eggs in there, and your best bet is to probably avoid them at all costs. So that's just something we have to keep an eye on and be aware of. Spot number one, we got 3 trout, which is pretty good. Do a couple more casts here. We're gonna head on downstream and definitely catch ourselves some more. I love this freaking creek, man. Just chock full of these wild browns. Honestly, there's probably over 100 trout in this little hole right here, but only 3 of them were willing to bite. Time to keep moving. There we go. Got this little one. Nothing but pipsqueaks, but this far downstream to be expected. Right after the spawn, oh, he actually just popped off. That's why I use those barbless hooks. And he off. Just another small fry. Let's head on downstream. If I remember correctly, there's a whole bunch of slack water in between here and the next spot. So I'm gonna be walking for a while. I'm gonna stop here and there and fish. If I catch anything, obviously it will be in the video. Stay tuned, guys. This one's just getting started. Pretty unique spot in front of us. You can actually see some pretty big trout out there too. A whole bunch of slack water, but it's the deepest part of this creek for some stretch. So a lot of the trout like to hang out here, but not too many of them ever bite. But yeah, man, I am looking at about 50 trout right here. Probably a lot more. It's actually about like 100 trout. And none of these fish will probably bite. They see it though. They definitely see it. That's so silly, dude. I wish you guys could actually see what I'm seeing up here, but I doubt the GoPro picks it up. So many trout, guys. There's actually gotta be over 150 of them out there. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, as soon as that thing hit the water, they all scattered. Well, we got a couple little stupid ones looking at it. It's crazy how many of these trout like to hang out in this spot. It's because it's like the only thing here for them. Oh my gosh, dude, that's so funny. This thing like hits the water and they just friggin' run. They're all running downstream from me. This is such a silly situation. I just had the smallest one on. But that's crazy, dude. Out of the hundreds of fish out there, only one is willing to bite. But our best bet is to just keep moving. Oh, got this one. He ain't bad. Get down here and wet my hands. Took a while. That's a pretty one, man. I love these brown trout. Just get my hands a little wet so you can do proper catch and release. This might be the biggest one of the day so far. Once again, no giant, but an absolutely beautiful brown, man. Another happy customer. See ya, homie. I will take what I can get. Get back up here so I don't take a tumble into the water. Looks like that's gonna do it for this hole. All right, let's keep moving. Hop back on the main trail here. Make it a little easier for us to get downstream. Now, I usually would just walk the entire creek, but like I said, since these fish are fresh off the spawn, I am not trying to ruin some eggs. But if we were able to walk the entire creek, I would have fished an entire different section than the one that I started at today. And also, we probably would have caught a lot more trout. But it's still a good day out here, man. December 15th. We are about, what, a week and a half away from winter, the official start of winter. Today is definitely one of those oddball December days. 52 degrees out here and the fish are ready to bite. I'm glad we're out here catching some fish, having a good time. Let's stop talking and get back to the fishing. Another spot. We have this area right here in front of us, and there are a couple nice sets of rapids upstream. We're just gonna fish this and up there, and then we're gonna continue downstream. The real big trout should still be below a dam that is along this creek. There's no way they can travel up it. So I am sure at the big dam, there are gonna be some big trout, and hopefully we're gonna be able to catch them. But in the meantime, let's catch some more, probably small trout, but some more trout nonetheless. Oh, I had one. Who knows how big he could have been. Usually you don't feel the big ones bite too hard. The tiny ones are usually the ones that give you that little machine gun hit. Could have been a giant, but we might never know. Avoiding walking through the spawn areas. Making our way to some more spots. This is a good little rip right here in front of us. There's got to be some trout out here. Oh, I just had one. I really feel like this indicator is killing us though. Check this out. Oh my gosh, that dude hammered it. That was a big one, I saw him. Time to take off the strike indicator. One time use only, but that's all right. There's Farmer John fly fisherman up there. Wonder how he's doing. There we go. It's hooking long enough. Just another little guy. But another one for the day. Wet hands. Come on, man. Another small fry. Oh, he's ready. I will take any trout from this creek, man. All colors, shapes, and sizes are welcome. Oh, I had another one on there. I didn't even realize it. Too much line out. Last cast here. Only one from these sets of rapids. Kind of hard to believe. Gonna hit this little rip right here, and then we have to continue downstream. There's definitely some more fish to be caught. Let's keep moving. Now, as you guys can see, there's still a whole bunch of frost there. We're on the side of this giant hill. Not too much sun ever gets down here. So it keeps this little valley in here super cold. So now we are coming up on the big dam, not too much further downstream. And we made it to the gosh dang dam, if you can see it over there. Now this is a pretty unique situation for this creek. So a lot of the bigger trout that go upstream, because trout have to travel upstream to spawn, a lot of them will get stuck right here in these rapids because they can't go upstream any further. This should provide us with a unique fishing situation. There should definitely be some big fish here. Hopefully we can capitalize and come across a few of them that are willing to bite. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, there gotta be some fatties here. Wonder if a spinner would do any good. I know they're out there, man. I am gonna have to throw in a spinner. Gotta keep the confidence, man. Can't believe I didn't get a single bite from this hole. I'm tying on a spinner, guys. 1/16 of an ounce. Rooster tail spinner. Tiny little spinner, nice big hole, a lot of moving water. I don't know, man. Not getting any bites or follows. Definitely a situation that didn't pay off for me here. Walking all the way downstream to this spot. That's just the way she goes sometimes. You can't expect to stop and catch them at every hole. Very unexpected. Moving on. Let's head upstream. Hit some of the holes we hit on the way down here. Hopefully there's going to be some more fish that are willing to bite for us. Really want to catch one on the spinner too. It has to be one of my favorite ways to catch brown trout. Here's all those freaking trout again. They're all just sitting out there, waiting for me to cast something out there and scare the heck out of them. Oh, no way. Yo! Right in front of us. Yo, that is sick. I can't believe he bit. Oh, no! Trout rescue time, guys. That is a decent one, too. Oh, my guy. There he is. A little dirty from the spill he took. And there he goes. Well, there's another one on the way out of here. Surprised we were able to get him from that hole. There we go. Got him. He ain't bad either. Take him. Another one for the day. Look at the red on that back dorsal. Gorgeous fish, man. What a joke. You weren't even hooked, my dude. See ya, homie. There we go. He's decent too. I'll take him. Yeah, dude. Nice one. That is a friggin' beaut. Look at the colors. There we go, man. Another beauty. See if we can find his way. There he goes. Well, everybody, I think that is going to wrap it up for today's adventure. I caught myself a handful of trout here and had to walk about 3.5 to 4 miles downstream just to catch them. It was a great day out here. I mean, the weather was freaking beautiful. 52 degrees, pretty hard to come by this time of year, late in December. We are about a week and a half away from winter, and the fishing is gonna get continuously tougher and tougher. But we are gonna be out here all winter making videos for you guys, so stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming content. Anyway, like I said, another great day of fishing. Hope you guys all like the content. If at any point in time you did, please scroll down below, hit that thumbs up button. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Eastern PA Fishing here, you know what it is by now. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay tuned, and always stay fishy.